Welcome to the Big E. This is the place where we explore, we experience what we explore, and we enjoy those experiences. If you're not, what do I say? Change your choice. Change the experience you're having. The quickest way to change from a bad day or a bad mood to a good mood and a good day is to change the way you're treating someone. Could be a loved one, could be a coworker, and it could be in your mind. You change how you see them, feel them, talk about them. Change that simple little thing and the whole world around you will change. Today I'm talking about ugly and nice. Stay with me. So are you ugly and nice? When I looked this up, it was really interesting because this was kind of a title that was given to me and I didn't understand it. As a lot of you who've been following me realize that a few months ago I was given about 20 titles of shows. I do my numerology and Spirit says to talk about that particular subject for the day. So today I drew my lovely numerology and I came up with ugly and nice. Like I said, I was thinking about this. I understand the concept as are you ugly inside but nice on the outside. It's kind of like having a crispy, creamy cookie with nothing inside. It's empty. It's blank. But I'm not quite sure where the content is, what Spirit's voice is. So as we talk today about ugly and nice, I'm going to see what Spirit wants to say. And it could come out of left field, like a lot of times it does. In being ugly and nice, I like to share an experience I've had with it, just so I can share it in a color, in a story format, so that you can understand what this topic means today. Back in the day, I would walk down in my high school years, 11th, 12th grade, nope, probably more like 10th grade, because my sister was with me, and some of our friends would look at her and say, your sister's very conceited. And my sister goes, well, you need to look a little closer. She's not conceited, she's insecure, she's scared. So I was very ugly on the inside, did not know who I was. I could snap at people. I was told I had a double-edged sword if you didn't hit me just the right way, or I didn't like the way you looked or what you said to me. But on the outside, I was very nice. As I'd walk down the hall, that same school with my sister, one day she looked at me, she goes, I'm not walking down the hall with you anymore. Too many people are saying hi to you. Everybody just says hi. And so at that time, at the 10th, 11th, 12th grade, I was popular. I wasn't one of the popular ones as far as the jocks or the rah-rahs or the cheerleaders. But I had a lot of friends in a lot of different ways. The stoners, the quiet ones, the nerds, some cheerleaders, maybe some jocks. But I kind of had a little collective pool of friends of a little of everyone. And I liked it that way. I didn't like just one group of friends. I liked diversity. I liked a lot of different colors and flavors. I've always been like that. So as we look at our life, are we ugly on the inside and nice on the outside? A good example, I should say a perfect example, is exactly what I went through. About 2 years ago, I was at a job and I was a bit ugly and nice. As we watch ourselves as humans in this life, we would look at ourselves and go, no, I'm not an ugly person. I'm not ugly. I'm nice. I'm loving. I'm compassionate. And to see this in me, that it wasn't quite true, was very interesting. I worked 2 years ago in an environment that there was a lot of bullying from the director all the way down. My immediate co-worker was very caught up in the latest gossip, the latest knowing, and she would share that with me. She was always very excited to share that with me, thinking I felt the same way as her, that I want to know the latest and greatest on everybody and whomever, what was going on in their lives, the drama, the, usually the not so good stuff, the ugly stuff, the things that we go through as humans, and not always that beautiful part of ourselves, but it was who she was. And as I went through this journey with her, I remember I would watch her as she talked to me to share this. But in my head, now the outside, as I just shared, there's the nice. But in my head, I would be screaming out, shut the effing up. Don't you ever shut up. And I would do this with my eyes wide open, looking straight at her. At that time, I need to admit, I called myself out. I was ugly and nice. But it started in my mind. So I felt that if no one heard me and I did not share it, and it did not come out of my mouth so that I did not dump it on someone else or hurt someone else, I was fine. I was clear. Okay? Yes, we're human beings. Yes, we go through a lot and we get frustrated. But to have that ugliness, even if it's in my mind and I believed it was in my own privacy, it still was who I was. Yes, there's a bird. They're agreeing. I was ugly and nice. So what I started to work on as I would watch this coworker talk, share the same gossip, delighted in knowing the ugliness about everyone, what happened maybe to them the night before, whatever it be. As she talked, I remember I changed the words in my head. I started to say, I love you and I send you love. I love you and I send you love. I do not agree with what you're saying. I do not like what you're saying, but I love you and I'm sending you love so that I could get my own ugliness to stop. So was I ugly and nice? Yes. Now it's only for me to know. It used to be back in the day that if we had these private thoughts of ugliness, then we were okay. But are we truly in integrity? Is that not just another way of lying to ourselves? I'm not ugly. I'm allowed my thoughts. I can have my thoughts. Nobody needs to know. I don't tell you my thoughts. I don't put them on you. I don't call you those words, those names in my head. That's my right. You are allowed and you're honored on your path, yes. But what is that doing to you? As you hold ugliness in your mind and you believe it's private, you believe you're hiding it from everyone else. When ugliness stays here, what does it do? It will grow upon itself. Whether you like it or not, it will expand. And if you do not have a consciousness or an awareness and pay attention to it, it will now control you and you will not control it. Now, in my own world, I don't believe there's such a word as control. I don't believe it's a real word. There's no such thing. Nothing controls us. We allow it. So in that ugliness in your mind, as you believe you're hiding it, it's not hurting anyone because that's your right, you're allowing this ugliness to be you. You're allowing this ugliness to take the front seat. You're allowing it to drive in your car. Where are you going in ugliness? What are you going to expand into in ugliness? How are you going to open yourself up to the loving abundance, the loving friends, the loving relationship, the loving marriage, the loving children, when you have ugliness driving and they put your ass in the back seat? You can't reach up and grab that wheel from the back seat and maneuver that car, I'm sorry to say. As you have those efforts, as you try to move the ugliness out of the driver's seat and get your own ass in there, it becomes a bit of an upheaval. You've created a bit of chaos. So as your ugliness seeps, moves, slithers all around in your own mind, and you believe you're hiding it well from others, be aware, are you hiding it from you? As ugliness moves in the mind, it will affect your body. It can affect your body in disease, fatigue, overeating, depression. I could go on and in that list, but it will affect you because as ugliness is allowed, it will take from you as long as you let it. So are you ugly and nice? I sure was. I'm not proud to say that. I consider myself a very aware, a very conscious individual. I've been on this path, spiritual path, I think, what, 30, well, about 30, what does that make me? 30, 35 years. Let's take that back. Let me do it by year. I've been on this spiritual path since 1985. Now, I had an awareness and I began this journey, but I really started to be clear on what I wanted to change and how I wanted to change it by who I was probably about 5 years after that. So about 1990. So I've been on this path for a long time. And you think that would warrant me a VIP, VIP pass. Oh yeah, I'm good. That stuff can't come into me. Nah, I'm not an ugly person. I'm always nice. I'm very loving. I see divinity in every soul. I love the human condition, but I may not like the person. I'm clear on this. I know how to embrace each individual, and they don't need to know that I am embracing them, but I give that because that's who I am. But, oh my God, let's check her. We gotta check ourselves. Check. I was ugly and nice because I allowed it to be in my mind. And as the mind, God, love the mind, love the ego. As you let it drive your car, it will start to speed up. So, in this journey of being ugly and nice, what part of your life are you truly ugly? Is there a part of you that's in denial? So don't let the ugliness drive your car. Don't pretend that you're not ugly, but you're nice. In the ugliness, it's what we do to ourselves mostly. We can all put on a good face, put on a good mask, act nice, be that, and our heart will feel love, our heart can feel compassion. We can have that beautiful place that we exist. But then when it comes to the mind, what are our thoughts? What are our true thoughts? So when you see those ugly thoughts in your mind, change them to love. Intentionally in your mind, say, no, I love you. Whomever the person be, if it's a coworker, if your loved one just yelled at you, say, I love you. Send love instead of the ugly thoughts of, okay, what the hell you are getting into my face. I've been working all day. I'm tired. I don't need this shit from you. These are the thoughts that can start. And believe it or not, the body will react. So when these ugly thoughts start, if we just replace them, stop and go, nope, I love you. I don't like who you are right now. I don't have my best listening ears on. I'm not in a good mood, so I can't really hear you. I can't give you the best of me. I love you. But stop. As soon as you send love, something changes in you. Do you feel it? What do you think that is? When you send love to another and you change the thoughts, those ugly thoughts in your head, and you catch them in your head, and you say, I love you, that now has given you love. When you give it, you'll receive it. It can't be any other way. It's like you open up to shifting your thoughts of being ugly to another individual. The ugliness, the words, the anger, the frustration, the cussing them out in your head. We bring in love instead. It changes you. Your world becomes more loving. Your world becomes easier. Your world becomes happier. Everything, like I said, everything around you will change. So are you ugly and nice? Do you have a coworker just talking your ear off and you're looking at them going, seriously, do you ever shut up? Maybe kindly just step up, take a break, walk away, even if they're talking. It's little ways that we can change those thoughts. Yep, you're not in the mood to hear it. You're tired. Or say your husband or your wife has just come home and they're so excited, but they're just dumping their day on you and you're exhausted. Say, honey, at this moment, I am not the best that I can be for you. So I'm going to get up. I'm going to sit outside. I'd like a little quiet. These aren't very easy things to do, believe me. I'm still practicing them. Oh, you know. But they will change your world. They will change you to a softer, a more loving, a more beautiful person. And you'll see your world exactly like that. So change your ugliness. Be honest. Look inside yourself. When are your thoughts going on to something that is ugly, but yet you think they're private and you're protected because they're your thoughts? Don't let that rule you. Do not let it fool you that you are getting away with not being ugly on the outside. That is not a game that we can win. It eventually will get in front of us, ahead of us, out of control in us, because we allow it. So what do you allow in your life? You know what I want? I want to be nice. But I want to be nice on the inside. I want to be nice in my head, my thoughts. I want love in all aspects of me. All aspects. Not just one. So, where's your ugliness? If I watch myself today, right in this very moment, we're talking about being ugly and nice. Now you're watching me on camera. I'm not too bad. I'm pretty nice. But if I were to scan my body, where's my ugliness? Well, let me be honest with you. As you can see in this camera, I focus the camera from about my chest up. Okay? But my ugliness is right now. I have a shirt that's a little snug. You can't see it. I make it look good on the camera. I have that right. I know how to do that. But the ugliness that I just felt was the shirt's tight. So I have a roll right here. And I was saying, seriously, if you could just lose some weight, you wouldn't have that. Thank God nobody sees that on the camera. That's my ugliness. It's amazing how deep this goes, and a lot of times it's focused on us, about ourselves, how we feel. The body feels the pants are too tight. Say my shirt is too tight. I have shame for that. So I show the camera the good stuff. So my ugliness was in not loving myself no matter who I am. The body should not be driving in the front seat in that ugliness. So my ugliness was the thoughts that were going on in my mind. As I moved, I could feel the shirt didn't move and kind of came up because it's so tight and I have this roll. The ugliness that I very slightly had, but I caught it. This is the power of catching this ugliness in our head, in the mind, and the thoughts. The ugliness that instantly happened in that very short second, very short, was shame on you. You shouldn't have a roll. What's your excuse? Why do you keep having this roll? Why do you keep having weight? You know better. These are the things, and I'm going to say cancel, because I want to love myself exactly the way I am, where I'm at, feel the beauty of who I am. I would love to change the situation of my weight. I would. I'd love to drop about 30, 40 pounds. I always have this belief that I would be happier if I were thinner. Maybe I should go out and buy bigger clothes so I don't feel that they're too tight. That really accentuates that whole anxiety of, okay, get a bigger shirt. It's not so, uncomfortable, reminding me of my weight. But I want to be the person, and I'm working on it, who doesn't have the ugliness. I want to have the niceness in my head, in my thoughts for myself. I'm working on it. Not the easiest journey in that aspect. There's so much goes on in the media, in the world. You're supposed to be a certain size. You're too big. They're not going to love you. You won't find a man. You won't get in a relationship. These are these things that are so predominant in my life that I'm still working on releasing and just accepting me. I'm going to find a man who loves weight. And I did the last time, and I will again. But I want to get healthy. I want to get strong in my body. I'm getting older. I want this body to take me down another 50 years. And it will if I take care of it. So I'm working on it. I'm working on it. but also to have the ugliness just in my head, just in that moment, blocks me from the love, from the change, from anything. It just stops and it holds. It's kind of like when they say if you don't eat and you starve your body, it just gets in this holding pattern of fear. Oh my God, I'm not going to have any more food, so I'm just going to hold on to it. Nothing moves. Oh my God. That's kind of the same thing. If we stay in ugliness, everything stops. It blocks. Okay, nothing's moving. I can't lose any weight. Okay, why? Okay, well, do I have ugly thoughts? Are there ugly thoughts in there? Okay, honestly, you know, they might have lightened up. I'm gonna release them some more, but I'm not the most comfortable with my body, I have to say. I will be honest, and I'm working on it. We all have things that we're working on. We are all the same. We are here together, and we do have our issues. So watch that quiet ugliness, that wisping ugliness that we think is nothing that can hurt us. And it can. Do not allow it. Keep reminding ourselves that we are in love. And we will get there. Reach out. Please step up. Use your voice. Share your experiences, your comments. How was your ugliness? What is that when you do a review or an evaluation? Being boldly, rawly honest with ourselves. That no holes barred. How's that? No holes barred. Being really, really honest with ourselves. Where is the ugliness in you? I have mine, and I continue to work on it. But cancel, cancel, cancel. No ugliness. No ugliness. I release, I release, I release. And love ourselves. And it starts here and here. As we work in the body, in the biology, we work with this. We master this. And then it turns us inward into our heart. And this is where all the expansion, all the abundance begins. All the love that I could ever handle. And I want a lot of love. So reach out. I'd love to hear from you. Share your experiences. And I am sending you, and I'm sending myself, love always.